Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 11 starts now.
Attorney General Dana Nessel with some strong words to the Oxford School Board after meeting privately with students and parents.
We have hope now with this letter.
The AG again reaching out to the district, telling the board her office stands ready to investigate the shooting. Off the top tonight at 11, this is now the second time that Dana Nessel has extended an offer to undertake an investigation into what happened on November 30th.
That investigation would come at no cost to the district. Our Mara McDonald is live in Oxford tonight. And Mara, there has been a growing call for action from the community.
Pamela, you know, parents here have asked for two key things. Number one, they want an independent investigation into what happened here the day of the shooting and the events that led up to the shooting. And number two, they want an expert review of the safety protocols here. Behind closed doors, Michigan's AG met with Oxford parents and students who told her they feel they're not getting answers from the district. More than 100 turned out.
A well-needed outlet for a lot of parents as well as teachers that attended. And having the highest lawmaker in the land present to listen, I just got chills. Less than 24 hours later, Nessel sent this letter to the school board, offering now a second time to come in and conduct an independent investigation into what happened the day of the shooting.
To hear the way that the parents and many of the kids that attended Oxford High, to hear the way that they spoke about this incident, it's as though it just happened yesterday. You know, it's still so raw, and the hurt is so real.
So is the frustration.
We would absolutely love to have Dana Nessel come in and do the investigation for us. We would also be willing to accept any investigation at this point.
Just last week, a community group called Change for Oxford went public. They want an independent investigation and expert review of the school's current safety plan. Parents like Mike Aldred are hopeful with today's letter, the district will take the AG up on her offer.
Something happened. Things may have happened. What were they? We need to find out why it happened so we can't let it happen again.
Back here live, the AG is asking the school board to give her a definitive answer by May 20th. We're live in Oxford tonight. I'm Mara McDonald, Local 4.
Can go of it. All right, Mara. Now, new tonight at 11, Oak Park police have a suspect in custody connected with a deadly hit and run.
A 59-year-old woman was killed while she was crossing Burton and Coolidge Monday night. That driver never stopped. The woman was taken to the hospital where she later died from her injuries. Officers have recovered this red SUV that allegedly hit the woman. Her sister-in-law was with her at the time and tonight is speaking out about what happened.
I turned around and I saw her on the hood of a red SUV. He hit her, she slid down, and he ran over her body in her head. She had an injury to her head.
Unimaginable there. The suspect is an elderly woman. Police are now submitting warrants to the prosecutor's office.
A 5-minute speech on the Michigan Senate floor getting a lot of attention tonight. State Senator Mallory McMorrow, an Oakland County Democrat, defending herself from unsupported claims from State Senator Lana Thies, a Brighton Republican, that McMorrow wants to, quote, groom and sexualize kindergartners.
I didn't expect to wake up yesterday to the news that the senator from the 22nd district had overnight accused me by name of grooming and sexualizing children in an email fundraising for herself. So I sat on it for a while wondering why me. And then I realized, because I am the biggest threat to your hollow, hateful scheme. Because you can't claim that you are targeting marginalized kids in the name of, quote, parental rights if another parent is standing up to say no.
The video has more than 5 million views now on social media. We reached out to Thies's office for comment and have not yet heard back. A police chase in Sterling Heights ends with a very important drug bust and a couple in jail.
Stop! Police chased the driver of this white BMW after he drove off during a traffic stop. It happened at Van Dyke near 14 Mile on April 8th. The driver was caught outside of a home. Police say they also arrested a woman inside of that car. Officers searched it, and inside a hidden compartment they found 20,000 pills of fentanyl. Police say the pills were disguised as Oxycontin.
You have 20,000 pills brought to the Metro Detroit area to be distributed. I mean, how many people would that have affected? How many tragedies would that have occurred? How many people would have overdosed and died?
Officers also found 500 grams of powder fentanyl. Investigators say a man and woman from Mexico admitted they entered the U.S. illegally to smuggle the drugs for a cartel. Both face felony charges and deportation.
Just hours ago, we learned a federal prosecutor dropped out of the Governor Whitmer kidnapping plot case. Assistant U.S. Attorney Jonathan Roth notifying the judge tonight in a court filing he is not required to give a reason as to why he's dropping out of the case. But Roth was one of two prosecutors at the trial of Adam Fox, Barry Croft, Daniel Harris, and Brandon Caserta. Harris and Caserta, as you recall, were acquitted by a jury while they were deadlocked on Fox and Croft.
A judge today refusing to lower the bond of James and Jennifer Crumbly.
Parents of the suspect in the Oxford High School shooting were asking to have that bond dropped from $500,000 to $100,000. The judge said no, saying they did not cooperate with law enforcement when they were hiding out in an artist studio instead of turning themselves in. A trial date has been set for October. Crumbly's attorney says they will ask that that trial be moved out of Pontiac.
Attorneys for the family of Patrick Lyoya revealing the results of a private autopsy. It confirms what video shows. Lyoya was killed by a single gunshot wound to the head, a shot that was fired by a Grand Rapids police officer.
Confirming a lot what his family said from the first day, that he was killed execution style, being shot in the back of the head, even though he's unarmed, looking away from the officer at the time.
A forensic pathologist who worked on the assassination investigations of President John F. Kennedy and Martin Luther King Jr. performed the autopsy. Today, he showed diagrams and brought in a human skull to show where the bullet entered, then lodged into Lyoya's right temple. The official autopsy has not been released to the public. State police are investigating the shooting.
While Detroit never landed a Major League Soccer franchise, we at least can now say we've beaten an MLS team with Detroit City FC pulling off a thrilling upset with a win over the Columbus Crew tonight. Jason Colthorpe live at Keyworth Stadium in Hamtramck. What a night for the players and that massive army of fans, Jason.
Well, the lights are still on, and the party is going to go all night long around here, Devin. I can tell you that. And you mentioned, for the people who don't understand professional soccer, basically Detroit City is one level lower than the Columbus Crew. And maybe to use a different analogy, this would be like the Tigers traveling to Toledo to take on their AAA team, the Mud Hens, and getting beat.
A lot of marching, a lot of singing, a lot of smoke.
This is historic for Detroit because we have not had an MLS team play here in Detroit.
And not just any MLS team, the two-time champion Columbus Crew. It was clear early the unfriendly confines of Keyworth Stadium rattled the boys from Ohio.
You can see by the Northern Guard, the cheering section on the other side of the field, the enthusiasm that they have. It's just like a Major League Soccer team. Now that we're one level below that, this is phenomenal for the city.
Just hosting this match was important for DCFC to keep rising amid the professional soccer ranks. But as DCFC pulled even in the second half, it became clear to the devoted supporters like Richard Cole that DCFC needed to win.
This is what this team needs, the exposure for Detroit, to show that, you know, we have one more professional team other than the Lions, the Tigers, the Red Wings, and the Pistons. We have Detroit City Football Club to represent this city.
Pretty awesome. And I'll let Jamie show you the two second-half goals that put them over the top and what this means in the U.S. Open Cup playoffs. But let me say this. It was noted on the ESPN Plus broadcast at one point that, you know, Columbus is used to these bigger professional soccer stadiums where the fans are, you know, up a little ways away. Here at Keyworth, that is not the case. They are right on top of you, and you can hear it. Even in the broadcast, you could hear individual fans saying things, and they let the opposing players hear it, and clearly they were rattled. What a game it was. What a night it was. We're in Hamtramck tonight. Jason Colthorpe, Local 4.
For the uninitiated, Jason, it is kind of hard to explain the Detroit FC game experience.
Yeah. Once they get that smoke rolling after the excitement starts, look out.
What a night for LaRouche. All right, more coming up a little bit later on. All right, Jason.